Ciao a tutti, it's Orium, and if you thought that Mythic Rulers was the only deck of mine that was funny and that was played in last Mortal Talk Monthly, you are dead wrong, because Blab here has brought well, my idea, but he made the better list. I didn't. I mostly just made a proof of concept. He made a much better list. It's Koa'Ki with a little twist. The twist is not Phoenix Wing Windblast, but it kind of goes with the theme. But yeah, I have almost all of the replays here. I'm only missing one round versus Gearu. But yeah, I will tell you. Well, you've seen the thumbnail. But yeah, there's a pretty nutty twist. It's playing. I should just say it since it's in the thumbnail. It's Koa'Ki Gearu. We're playing Gear and MK2 because you'll see when it goes off, it's fucking nuts. And then when it doesn't go off, you draw MK2 and you cry about it because you already have Crusader as a brick. But yeah. Anyways, this was round 1 versus Evil Swarms, the Nailsmith. Should be a pretty damn easy matchup since there is no level 4, there is no level 5 or higher monster in the deck. We're not playing Maximus. This is not Duel Links. I just got back into Duel Links, by the way. Cool little game, especially Rush Duels. But anyways, we see the bear coming on with the Duality, which is gonna get a lot of value. But in this deck to make room for the Koa'Ki, the Gear cards, we are running just one bear and no other Fire Fist cards, not even the Tensus, just 3 tanky, 1 bear. But yeah, the Ghost Emerald coming in clutch. The Ghost Emerald, I'm not really a fan of it in general, but in Koa'Ki it's actually really, really nice because you want to keep using Ornite, and it lets you shuffle back not just your Ornite, but most importantly your Crusaders and Ice too. And speaking of Ice, I'm not the Koa'Ki guy, but I've always liked Koa'Ki. I've played it on and off every once in a while, and I've always been more of a Tornado guy compared to Ice. But in this deck, I feel like Ice is definitely better because you have Gearu as discard fodder. Phoenix Wing Blaster is kind of here for the same reason. In this build, there's gonna be Garnets. There's gonna be probably 1 card in your hand that's dead, and Phoenix Wing Blast is pretty good when you have something you either want to discard or don't mind discarding. I was playing. Sorry if I'm not commentating on the match. Really, I'm not. I don't know. I prefer riffing. But I was playing a real life match the other day, and I was playing versus Mermels, and I was playing Cat, and I ignitioned my own big attack, and he knew I had a big attack because I brought it off with ignition, with another ignition, and he chained the Phoenix Wing Blast to the big attack, and that was completely backbreaking. So demonstrating the power of that Phoenix Wing Blast can have, can be really, really good. Sometimes it's worth it even if you don't have a particularly dead card. But Recon Powered, really strong card. Blaba said that in this tournament he main decked the Trapstun, 2 Trapstuns, and he side decked 3 Recon Powers. Said that if he brings it next time, he's gonna main deck the Recon Power. Then I can't blame him. I've been a hater on the card, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah. It's heavy feather. It's Harpy's Feather Duster. I was especially against the card because 1, I've been playing 3 copies of sorry, I was playing Tornado and not Ice, and with Tornado, Recon Power kind of conflicts. But also I was always playing the standard 2 copies of Iron Core. But something I didn't mention because I didn't show you the list is Blab is playing 3 copies of Iron Core. And actually, why didn't I show you the list? I forgot. I'll show you at the end, if I remember. Oops. Yeah. There were a bit of an issue with the brackets, but that's gonna be on the scope of this video. So the results, the top 8 has not been posted publicly because I don't have it, and it's kind of hinging on Jazz to fix the shit, the mistakes us, the mod team, made. I say us, not really me. I was not. I wasn't doing anything, so I guess by default I didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, let me just grab it real quick for later. All right, I'll start to try and follow the matches like some people have told me to do. I was about to go down another tangent again. But here we finally see Gearu, and it's kind of a all-engine hand. So it's good and bad depending on what you want and what you're going up against. But in this case, it's going up against 6 samurais. So I feel like it's probably fine to have an all-engine hand. Not like an all normal summon's hand when I say all-engine. So it's the duality. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit the Gear. And yeah, Gear into two MK2s into Gear Tex. Normal summon, search MK2. Normal summon the MK2. Bring back another Gigiano, the one that you detached. Summon MX Saber Invoker, and with MX Saber Invoker you can summon Knight. You summon Knight in defense position, but you get that plus another 3900 damage on board for free. So if Gear resolves and all the compo resolves, you pretty much just won the game. Like there's no real coming back from that. Obviously then you have to resolve it. So you have to resolve it, and also have to draw the Gear and hopefully not draw the MK2s. So this deck is the high roll version of Koa'Ki, pretty much. But we see Xian coming in, but luckily he does have breakthrough skill in Graveyard, and with Ice he can out his field and go for the OTK for the kill. It's not an OTK, but you know what I mean. And Dabson is also playing 42 cards, which you'd expect. You'd expect a deck with already so many issues to be playing 40, but I guess consistency is not really the main issue of 6 Samurai, in my opinion. Just it's more the power, so it's not the worst thing ever. But we see 6 Samurai going set 3 pass with Rivalry of the Worlds when that comes in, pretty strong, and just Breakthrough Skill and Blackhorn for Blab. I tried to summon Koa'Ki Drago, but I think it got hit by some Murkrow. Maybe, I don't know. I'll get this right. Sorry. See that dead MK2. We're going for the Crusader beatdown. Set Phoenix Swimming Blast with no discard. Ouch. Ooh, nice Torrential there though. And an amazing top deck in the Diamond Core of Koa'Ki for the Knight. The fuck? Huh? Ah, he top decked the MK2. Right. This is a pretty good reason to why you should be playing not just the Invoker but also Zenmain's outs Rivalry. That's very good. Plus, it outs stuff in general. If this is not a big monster deck, so you don't really need them equipped. Alucard is good, but it's not too necessary. I feel like if you want to play one standalone rank 3, Zenmain's is probably the best one. It's kind of like in Dark Worlds. You're probably gonna play Zenmain's if you just need one rank 3. In Dark Worlds you don't run only the ones Zenmain's, but turn 1, if you don't combo off, you don't make Clavier, you make Zenmain's, you don't make them equipped. So Zenmain's is just the most versatile. Even after turn 1, it's still very good. But there is a reason why combo decks don't really run it. Because they would rather play Equipped and Alucard. But yeah, you see duality into Upstart, trying to dig for the Iron Core, I am assuming. We see him digging for the Iron Knight, searching the Iron Knight. Does it have Iron Core, but it's kind of fine with Gear. Even if it doesn't have the Iron Core to use the Koa'Ki, it's still Gear. It's still fucking amazing if it resolves. But in this situation, went against Exiton. We have GMYFS playing Chaos Sworn. Really interesting, really cool. Not a deck you see very often anymore. And the opponent, I'm not gonna pronounce that name again. The opponent has bunch of has one more card in control, so Exiton dies. Exiton cannot activate. And we see BLS coming in hot. Will Blab be able to recover from this? Probably. He has a combo in hand. And high ice in the deck and now on the field. Really, really nice showing for ice here. Soul Charge into the Emerald, shuffle back all of the Garnets. Yep, and now he can activate the other Knight another time. Not the most fortunate of draws, but I don't know why he didn't save the Upstart for after summoning the Garnet. Don't really want to draw it. He drew Iron Core, didn't really matter too much. But maybe with a better draw, he could have won that. Anyways, he has the combo turn 1. He did side in the Koa'Ki Drago. We see Phoenix Windblast playing a pretty playing a pretty pivotal role. It was either that bottomless or warning. Compulse, but the breakthrough skill would not have sufficed in that situation. Phoenix Windblast was really, really nice. We see Chaos Sworn combo off into Bills, but Bills should not be too much of an issue for this deck to deal with. I think it has Tiger. You can make Tiger Wolf, Tiger King, and then pop it with Bear or something. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. Plus, he has Phoenix Windblast, better than Bottomless Warning when going second. I keep talking about Phoenix Windblast. I just want to show it off. It was not my idea to begin with, so I'm not. So kudos to Blab for playing Phoenix Windblast. I think it was a really nice deck choice. See the 1/1 coming in for the BLS, and even with whatever is coming in, there's Diddy Crow, there's Maxi. Kinda hard to come back from this, I think, especially with that health gap. And he's gonna use that health advantage to take advantage of Soul Charge. Summon back to Garnets, make Black Sheep, and then go for Black Sheep plus Cowboy for game. That was sick. Next up, we have the match versus me. With I was playing the Barbaros Rulers, and I didn't save any replays because I was kind of embarrassed about my performance. Why I didn't show any in the video, which you should totally check out. But this is the only replay I've saved, and this was a pretty epic match, especially since there was the chance that if I won that match, we both would have topped. But since I lost to him, it was certain that he would top. So I didn't. I lost the fight, but I won the war, I guess. The content war. Because I was like, I thought that I came to Blab with the idea of I came up with this concept. I'll make a video on it eventually, but if you want to take it to a tournament and top with it, it'll be even better for me. So I'll just wait if you do that, and you did, and here's the video. But as you can see, Koa'Ki Gearu, when it draws insane, it can just spam the shit out of the field. My deck is doing quite a lot, but I cannot really keep up with that much stuff. But we see the epic Barbaros tribute summon 4/3 to blow up the entire field. There was a lot of field to be blown up, so that's really, really nice. And Felgon coming in after that is kind of devastating, especially since rank 4 decks can't really out the card. But yeah. And pretty much we were stuck in a rulings this battle about whether or not if I target Tsukuyomi with Felgrand, the Rhapsody stops giving its attack boost. Pretty sure it works like that. We went on like assuming it worked like that after 5 minutes being stuck, because I didn't have big eye access immediately. So if that was not the case, it would have not been game. It's not out of the realm of possibility that we got the ruling wrong. I don't think any judge replied. So if anyone in the comments wants to find a ruling for it, I would be very happy, regardless of whichever the ruling it is. So yeah, internet sleuths find it. Anyways, we have game 2 here. We see another pretty cracked hand, and by pretty cracked I mean holy fuck. I feel like yeah, Tsukuyomi is definitely the correct play here. Even if you mill 1 Georgiano, it's fine. Just don't mill 2. That would be skill issue. But here I go for a Blaster, and I miss the back row, and that sucks. Yeah, that's gonna cost me the game pretty much. Probably would have won otherwise though. If I sniped the torrential, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I did eliminate the value, but still. Here the gear is dead until he can make the Gusto Emerald. Another reason why the Gusto Emerald is very good in Koa'Ki. Definitely want to do that to shuffle back the MK2s. But here I open a decent hand, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. No, never mind. It sucks. Yeah. That crow killed me. He goes for ice baby, and dweller, because ice on top of being able to discard your Kirgianos, he can also boost up dweller. And another cool thing about Barbaros that I didn't mention it in the video, I forgot to, but I pinned it in the top comment or description, I don't remember. But Barbaros can beat over a non-boosted dweller, so that's really, really nice, especially since we're not this build does not play card trooper. That's really relevant. But yeah, gear resolving just puts out so much freaking damage. Kind of just win the game on the spot. And so he gets to top 8 and faces Kizan, who is playing, let's see, Spellbooks. Spellbooks with main deck Crow. Interesting. Meanwhile, Blab opens Max, Charge, Tanky, Trapstun, and Gear, depending on the 6th card. It could be a good hand, it could be a bad hand. We're just gonna have to see that. So, standard Spellbook opening, pretty fucking strong. Fate, Tower, Torrential, Finish, Priestess. The main thing is there's no recovery, follow-up, sorry. So, kind of, especially when you have torrential and finish. Getting follow up is definitely more important than getting fate up. So I will have definitely searched another secrets or a master or something. Yeah, probably secrets. Especially since that makes it easier to get to priestess. But we see that you're resolving. Didn't normal summon didn't normal summon it though, and fuck. Can we have one of these videos without Dwelling Book crashing? No, we cannot. Well, this time I don't think I'm gonna cut because I kind of wanna comment a bit more. I'm not the spellbook player, but even I know enough about spellbooks to know that when you have this sort of hand, that you definitely want to search follow up. You don't want to search fate. Fate can be follow up, but most of the time it's not gonna be, and it's not certain to be, even if you use it for that purpose of setting the blue boy. This situation, for example. But in this situation, going for normal summon bear is definitely the correct response, especially since he doesn't have the core. He has trap stun, so he can take it slow. Trap stun coming in clutch versus the torrential. He pops the blue boy, goes in for a lot of damage. So Gearu attacks. A nice thing is that if Gearu Texas survives, you can get back. Porco dio, ma che cazzo? Well, the end of this replay is not for us to be seen, but I think we can go to the next big game. But what I was saying was, if Gearu Tex survives, you can add back one of the MK2s, detach the third one, and then over the course of the game, you're gonna have access to not just Invoker but also Zen mains. No, we cannot go to the end of the video, the next game. Let's just try replaying and going directly there. Yeah, maybe this will work. Okay, seems like it's working. I always complain about DB, but I shouldn't really be doing that. It's hard work to make DB. I would know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You'll know one day why. When that one day is not too far away. But anyways, you see Justice opening. With Rivalry and Book of Moon, I think it's pretty safe to just open that. Not entirely sure whether that's the correct place, since he has Priestess in hand already. Can go for tower for a live tower. That might be better. But it's not as bad of a play as before, in my opinion. I don't know if it's objectively the wrong play like it was before, but in this matchup, I guess you want to play aggressively. So if you want to play aggressively as Spellbooks can play, when you given this specific hand can play aggressively, so I guess you want to do that. And if you are trying to do that, I feel like this is a good play. I would probably not do that if you are going for the grind game. So interesting stuff. But we see Crescent coming in. But the Blob has Macrocosmos, which is gonna be quite a bit of a hassle, especially since Blab has warning for the Priestess. It's gonna normal summon Justice, so it's gonna come in next turn anyways. But yeah, power still resolves under macro. Yeah. I was checking if it required the monster destroyed to go to the graveyard, but it doesn't. And lucky draw into MST for the Macrocosmos, although yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you could have gone for it on the back row and then banished a spellbook from the hand to pop the macro, I guess, but that would have been quite minus. This was the risky play of playing into. Oh no, never mind. He has wisdom. Never mind, it's fine. If he didn't have wisdom, this would have been the risky play. But he had wisdom. Obviously, he has wisdom. It's spellbooks. They always have wisdom. But yeah. And since I forgot to show it in the beginning of the video, hopefully this will increase my your attention. Here's the list. We have 3 copies of Knight, 2 copies of Crusader. I'm a 3 Crusader guy myself, but in this list, I think it's definitely more justifiable considering there's even more Garnets in the deck already. So, and also I have Crusader. For me, my copies of Crusader have the effect where they work like dueling skills. I always open one, always. It's 100% guaranteed. I can use that skill every game. I don't want to. It's forced on me, but then the 1 ice, 3 Gears, 3 MK2s, 3 Iron Cores, 3 Diamond Cores, 3 Tankies, 1 Bear, and 2 Soul Charges for the engine cards, plus 3 Upstarts and 2 Dualities and 2 Maxi for consistency. And then for the tech cards, 2 Trapstun for the traps, Dark Hole, Phoenix Wind Blast, Solemn Torrential, and 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill. Interesting trap lineup. Again, Blabba said that he will play Recon Power over Trapstun in the main deck. Speaking of Recon Power, the side deck, 3 Recon Power to Black Corner, the Macro Brigade, Mind Control, mainly for Girgias. My god, that would be pretty nuts. Especially since the MK2s, 1 is terrible to draw, but 2 is fine, especially if you discarded 1 with Ice or Phoenix Wind Blast. You can live with 2 Girganos in hand. Draco, 1 the last Maxi, 2 copies of DD Crow. Interesting that he went for 2 Crow to Cycle Reader. I entirely disagree, but even if you can search the Cycle Reader, I feel like it's not searchable enough turn 1 that you would consider running more than 1. In my opinion, I would just stick to 3 Crow, 1 Cycle Reader, since even versus Artifact Traptrix, the third Crow is still better than the Cycle Reader. Cycle Reader is extra copies of Crow. It's not the opposite. So yeah. Extra deck, 2 copies of Tiger King. Interesting that he's playing 2 Tiger Kings even when there's no Tensu. I don't remember him making it very often at all in this tournament. So I don't know. Probably 1 would have been fine. 1 Kagutsuchi, 1 Diamond Direwolf, Exiton, 1/1, Black Ship, Emerald, Dweller, Rhapsody, pretty standard stuff. Cowboy and Crazy Box from our tech slots. Well, Cowboy is not really that much of a tech slot in this deck. It's just really good. And Crazy Box for Rulers. I think the only person playing Rulers in the tournament was me, and I was playing without Skill Drain. So yeah. But it's good to have in general. And then for the Giga package, 1 Georgian Text, 1 Invoker, and 1 Zen mains. And that's it from me. Huge shoutouts to Blab for bringing the deck and sharing the replays with me. Huge shoutouts to me for coming up with the deck. Huge shoutouts to I think I came up with the idea when I was just thinking about what decks could play Koa'Ki Girga Gear, because I was complaining about Girga Gear as usual. Or maybe it was Kizan or someone else. Someone was complaining about Girga Gear. Maybe it was me, maybe not. And this was the result of that. But yeah, subscribe, leave a like, join the Discord, leave a comment, all that bell, ring the bell, all that shit, and goodbye.